The movie starts off, we get introduced to our main character Billy, and we see Billy and his family moving to a new town after his dad got a promotion, requiring them to move from their lost city to a new one. And Billy did not want to move, knowing he would have to start over again, having to introduce himself to everybody in his grade, looking like you're begging for friendships. That part, bro, being the new kid, that shit made you look like a bum. We see Billy at school getting ready to chow down on last night's leftovers as he opens up the thermostat just for worms to come out, and we find out a couple boys from his school thought it would be a cool prank for them to add worms in that nigga's food. Like, nigga, what if I just brought a gun to school tomorrow and just shot y'all niggas in the head? In GTA, of course. But my boy Billy ain't no bitch, doing the one thing these niggas never do in these movies and standing up to the bullies, taking one of the worms and throwing it at the head honcho. And that nigga started acting like a bitch, screaming like a spider was on him. Come down, buddy, it's just the worms. Just for the principal to get in there, making these niggas fall in line. With Billy realizing there is literal worms on his table and he could get in trouble for that shit. So he decides to throw them bitches in his lap and hide it. Now, if I was Billy, me personally, those worms are staying on my table. If that nigga asked me, hey man, why there worms on your table? Nigga, I'm snitching on them boys. Fuck y'all niggas. The next day, we see Billy and Adam chopping it up, with Adam dropping the school door on Billy's head, talking about how the nigga he threw a worm on yesterday actually has a death ring. Had me thinking he was talking about Lord of the Rings. But no, the ring that Joey possesses actually, if he punches you, nigga, you gonna die by the end of the term. Now, when I watched this as a kid, I genuinely thought, how is this even legally allowed, bro? If niggas are dying at the end of the term, surely somebody has figured out Joey's the cause of this. The scene changes and we see Billy getting chased by the bullies from school. Then these niggas finally catch up to Billy and Billy starts talking crazy to these boys.
You niggas is pussy, capital P.
With Billy started saying some weird ass shit like, oh, he enjoys eating worms, he eats them all the time. So the bullies give him a bet: if Billy can finish 12 worms by the end of the day, they won't bully him ever again. But if Billy can't finish all the worms, he would have to walk around the school with worms in his pants. And Billy agrees to this bet because peer pressure or some shit like that. I don't know why Billy couldn't just box with this nigga Joey, bro. This nigga does not look that tough, bro. It's finally bet day and we see these niggas out in the park frying up a worm. Not gonna lie to you, Billy, it's still enough time for you to turn around and go home, bro. This shit is not worth it. But Billy ain't bitch made like me. He just dead ass eats that shit.
Oh, you nasty ass bastard!
Then this nigga Billy started tweaking like he's a crackhead at a gas station. We get a location switch and we are at Adam's uncle's restaurant, and this place looks absolutely disgusting. But they're here so Adam can put one of the worms in an omelet for Billy to eat, just ruining good food. I hate to see it. Adam's uncle mistakes the omelet with the worm in it as an order that was supposed to go out. And who is that order supposed to go out to? None other than the principal of the boys' school. So you're telling me these grown-ass men can't see that long-ass worm in his food? Yeah, bro, you deserve every single bite of that shit. Just when Billy thought he was safe from eating a disgusting worm omelet, we see this nigga Adam coming up with a backup. Adam, aren't you supposed to be on Billy's team? Adam, you seem like you ain't standing on business. We find out that this nigga Adam didn't just cook one worm. This nigga put 2 worms in there. I want y'all to remember this little tidbit for later. It's gonna be a very important part of the story. And when this nigga Billy just doesn't care, he just backs that shit like how your girl be backing your nigga's dick. It's a cruel world we live in. Then we see these niggas at one of the other lackeys' houses just messing shit up. These niggas don't care. Once they're done cooking up little baby levels of music, absolute garbage, they drag in Billy for him to eat the worm. And that shit comes out looking red. Not gonna lie to you, Billy. This might be the time when you start switching these niggas down, bro. Billy, being the absolute goat he is, downs that shit in one go. After taking a break from eating worms, you see these niggas out in the lake blending one of the worms that Billy is supposed to eat. I am fully convinced these niggas don't want Billy alive, bro, because why the fuck is y'all blending worms together? Absolute criminals. Billy just chugs that shit just trying to get the bet over it so he can go back to eating non-worms edible things. After Billy eats more worms, we see the boys at the lake looking for one more worm so Billy can end the bet. Then we see the arrow girl in the movie just shooting an arrow with a worm on it trying to help Billy out. Then we see this lame ass nigga Joe breaking the arrow and throwing it into the water, trying to make sure that Billy's bet doesn't end up ending. And Billy, being the absolute GOAT he is, jumps in the water, getting the arrow out and finishing his bet. Then for some reason we see Joe's older brother pull up and he starts pressing Joe about the fact he lost the bet, but Billy, being a better man than me, stands up for Joe against his brother. Joe, being touched about the fact Billy stood up for him, makes peace with Billy and they shake hands. While shaking hands, Billy takes off the death ring from Joe's hand and throws it into the lake, ending the school curse. The next day, we see Billy telling Joe that he technically only ate 9 worms since 2 of them were cooked together, which technically means Billy lost the bet. So that means both of them have to put worms in their pants and walk through the school together. And that's how the movie ends. This shit was absolute peak. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment what I should do next, and subscribe, bro. See y'all on the next one.